Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 of the university students of Idaho at their off-campus home, has received dozens of handwritten love letters as he awaits for the trial of the brutal killings. The accused killer is being held without bond at the Latah County Jail and has a horde of female fans smitten by the 29-year-old ex-criminology student. He is currently in the Latah County Jail awaiting his preliminary hearing trial on June the 26th. An employee at the jail who did not reveal their name but has frequent contact with the inmate said it's disturbing. He gets these letters a couple of times a week and they're usually handwritten with hearts and stars, coloured envelopes, he said. Everyone in the jail talks about how weird it is. It's unclear what these letters exactly say, but it appears that many are confessing their love to Bryan Kohberger and believe he is innocent of the brutal slayings. It also remains unclear if Kohberger is responding to these letters, and on the 13th of November 2022, Kohberger allegedly stabbed 4 of these victims, Maddie Mogen, Kaylee Gonzalez, Xana Kernodle and Ethan Chapin. The students were living in the off-campus home. Kohberger was arrested after a 6-week manhunt and charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and burglary. The case captivated the nation as police hunted for the killer. Internet sleuths tried to help police solve the crime until Kohberger was arrested in Pennsylvania. Kohberger is set to appear in the court in the coming weeks, and in a recent interview with Good Morning America, Mr. Gonzalez said that he would be in attendance. I can't wait to see the evidence, and then I'm going to bring it, and he's going to realise that this is the family that's going to make sure he doesn't get away with it, Steve said. Kaylee's mother, Kirsty, said that the family wanted to show that they were strong and united as they attended the hearing, but she admitted that she would prefer not to be present for most of the gruesome moments of the trial. I've never been to a preliminary trial. I have no idea what to expect. I just have no idea what I'm going to hear. But I know that I've got my son and my daughter that will be with me, and my sister and husband, she said. On Sunday, the University of Idaho honoured Maddie and Kaylee with posthumous degrees. They were both seniors when they were killed, and certificates were given to Xana Kernodle and freshman Ethan Chapin. We appreciate the school awarding the degrees to Ethan. We recognise the thousands of kids graduating and the hard work that they've put into their diplomas. Our family wishes them all the best, Mrs. Chapin said. The 4 young adults that had their lives cut short in the killings that rocked Moscow. Some students said that the killings have changed the feelings around campus, and Kohberger's arrest ended the manhunt of the killer, though plenty of lovesick women had reached out to him or commented on social media. Brittany Hislop, a 35-year-old single mother from Kentucky, previously wrote letters and sent revealing photos to Bryan Kohberger. She said he is divine and masculine and a twin flame, and would often express her infatuation for him on the Facebook page. In her last post on February the 19th, she wrote, "I don't want to say disrespectful things about my love interest when I hold him in such high regard, like I do as being my divine masculine counterpart. I want to remember how I felt when I saw his first mugshot from the jail he's currently in, as well as how I felt seeing him at his last court appearance." Meanwhile, Kohberger and his team are busy mounting a legal defence, suggesting he will not plead guilty at the up-and-coming preliminary hearing. And in recent court documents, the suspect demanded the state turn over evidence that his defence claims could prove the innocence of himself, including body and dashcam footage from officers involved in his arrest and lab reports from the forensic evidence seized at his parents' home, as well as his white Hyundai Elantra. The document in the response to the defendant's request for discovery, which is commonplace for a case in the judicial system. This is so both sides get a chance to review and analyse the evidence against a defendant in order to see a fair trial. The prosecution tells the defence in the filing that they have overturned 10,000 pages of reports and written materials 10,200 photographs, 9,200 tips, and 51 terabytes of video, audio, and digital materials. The defence previously asked the body cam and dash cam footage of Kohberger's arrest at his parents' home in Pennsylvania in December, and the state claims that there is no more of this footage. Beyond that, they have provided, and interestingly enough, say there is no body cam footage from this time at all. Now, Kohberger's attorney, Ann Taylor, wrote in her earlier motion to compel discovery on May the 4th, and that the defence believes forensic evidence collected from Kohberger's family home, including his white Hyundai Elantra, may contain exculpatory evidence. The state says that all of the analysis from items collected as evidence have already been disclosed to Kohberger, even reports from the FBI laboratory in Virginia. In addition, the prosecution says the defence's own investigators and prosecutors are able to view all the items found in Kohberger's family home, as well as his car, at any time. It was previously unknown if there was any interrogation that Moscow police conducted involving Kohberger, but according to the prosecution, Moscow Police Department interviewed him at some point. It's unclear when that interview took place, but the state says that they have given the defence all the recordings and notes related to this interview. Other requests from the defence include Idaho State Police lab reports. One is still pending approval, and training records of certain officers involved in the murder case. Kohberger has a preliminary hearing on the 26th of June, and that will likely include pieces of testimony and evidence exhibits in order to move the case beyond a magistrate court. A 166-page report on the search containing details of the items seized has been obtained, and these included possible hair strands, a computer, 2 stains that they say are now blood. Mrs. Gonzalez said, describing her reaction when she saw Mr. Kohberger for the first time in an initial court appearance, she said, "I was completely overwhelmed. I actually almost thought I was going to pass out. My daughter saw him face to face in a very different light, and when she saw him sitting there looking very meek." Mr. Gonzalez has been especially vocal about seeking justice and was frustrated with the earlier pace of the investigation. Now, the family launched a Facebook page for people to send in tips and any other information. Mrs. Gonzalez said, "It is important for the family to be united and strong ahead of June's preliminary hearing. I've never even been to a preliminary trial before. I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what I'm going to hear, but I know I've got my son, my daughter will be there, and my husband." Kohberger is yet to enter a plea, but a former attorney for him has said he is eager to be exonerated.